tonight. Electronic devices must be turned off and muted as so not to disrupt the meeting. Individuals wishing to address the board must do so at the podium over here to my left. Please adjust the microphone and state your name before making any comments. Approval for the minutes. Do we have any motions to approve the minutes for May the 2nd?
Motion to approve May the 2nd meeting.
Motion to approve by Reginald.
Second.
Second by J.W. Cole. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So approved. We need to swear in other witnesses.
Anyone coming to the podium today to speak needs to stand and be sworn in at this time. That you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're giving today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you. Temporary beer permit applications.
Representing Rabbit Valley Farmers Market, Inc., Mother's Day Gala, Samantha Kern Leslie is making application for a temporary beer permit for 150 River Street, Coolidge Park. Ms. Leslie has not had a beer permit for such an event, but has had numerous events in the past. The event is scheduled for May 18th, 2024, from 10 o'clock a.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. The location is owned by the City of Chattanooga and is zone RPK.
Is anyone here from Rabbit Valley Farmers?
I am, but Samantha's not here.
That's okay, if you want to. Okay. I can tell you that they have met required permits from us, or they've met all requirements with us.
I think he said she's stuck in traffic.
She is.
So can you represent?
What is your name, sir?
Robert Davis.
Robert Davis, okay.
Moving to the bottom of the docket.
That's what I was going to ask.
Okay,
Make a motion.
a motion. We need to make a motion to move Rabbit Valley Farmers Market to the end of the meeting. I guess we can do it after the new beer applications. We have a motion from Reginald.
Sure. Yeah, that's it. You gotta say it.
Make that
I thought I heard him say it.
She did hear me say that. I think we need to make a motion, but yeah, yes, we'd like to make a motion to move this Rabbit Valley until the end of the meeting. I mean, after the end of the meeting, the end of the agenda. There you go. Okay.
Okay, do we have a second? Okay, we have a second by,
Motion.
a motion from Reginald and second by Dan.
Yes.
So approved.
Nope.
all in favor. Brooke.
Yes.
Yes.
Dan, Reginald,
Yes.
J.W. Cole. So approved.
Okay.
Representing Yuba Taps LLC.
Southside Food Truck Park, Paul David Smith and Rebecca Went Smith are making application for a temporary beer permit for 1511 Williams Street. The two have not had a beer permit for this location, but has had a beer permit for Chattanooga Motor Car Festival last year. The location is owned by Bobby Colvin and is zone UCX.
And they've met all requirements.
Okay. Can you give us some information about your event?
Yes, I'm Paul Smith with Legal Taps. The event is just going to be where food trucks rent out the spaces from Bobby Colvin. And then I will be the only beer vendor there to serve beer during those times. So
Year round.
we didn't have to do this every single month, but if I have to, then we'll figure it out.
Okay, all right, very good.
Madam Chair, what is your security process and ID process?
So we'll actually have a server and somebody at the register at the same time. So the person at the register will be checking IDs and wristbanding at that time there. I don't know if you'll know, I have antique vehicles, a 1962 Chevrolet Panel and a 1970 Scout. So the refrigerated trucks that we will be serving the beverages out of.
Is that a system ID or just carding?
Carding.
Just carding.
Yeah.
All right.
Are there any other questions?
Yes. In terms of the location, so it looks like it's a vacant lot. Do you all
have any plans to be able to contain everyone who's drinking beer so that they can't walk outside of that vacant lot?
That's probably gonna be a Bobby Colvin question there, because I know that they put some concrete, I don't know if it was left over from the building that was torn down, that they put right there in the front. I think he's gonna put some sort of kind of gate across there where people can just walk in and out after the trucks get in there. I think that's the process for him. I'm not sure if he's done that yet or not.
Because the concern would be if somebody is drinking beer and walks outside of the area, they
Right.
would walk around with an open container.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the only way to get in there is through that. He's already put up those concrete pillars, I guess is what you had said across there, so I'm sure he's gonna gate that off right when the trucks get in there. So,
Yeah, the question, the concern is they're inside on the property and they're drinking beer and they decide to leave, and they, instead of walking back out the gate, they walk out on the other side of the block.
Right.
I don't think they can walk out on the other side.
Okay, good.
It's enclosed. I actually took a video if anybody wants to see that.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
The structures from the other buildings are still there.
Okay, got it. Okay, I know what you're saying. Okay, good.
Are there any other questions?
I make a motion, we approve the application.
Okay, motion, approved by Dan. Is there any second?
Second.
Okay, second by J.W. Cole. Christie?
Yes.
Brooke?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
J.W. Cole?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, so approved. Thank you for doing business in Chattanooga.
Bobby Colvin, huh?
Next applicant representing Chattanooga National Medal of Honor Heritage Center, Chattanooga Murph. Kenny Turpin is making application for a temporary beer permit for 2001 Riverfront Parkway, Ross's Landing. Mr. Turpin has not had a beer permit for this location in the past. The location is owned by the city of Chattanooga and is Zone C3.
They do have met all requirements. And for those who don't know who I am, I'm Vince Butler. Kenny Turpin's not here, but as many of y'all know, I'm one of the major gift officers for the Heritage Center. So what we're doing is partnering with Get Built CrossFit to hold the first inaugural Murph event here in Chattanooga. And if you don't know what a Murph is, it's named after SEAL Team 6 Michael Murphy, who was killed in action on June 25th, 2005 in Afghanistan, and received the Medal of Honor October 22nd, 2007. They basically work with CrossFit athletes that run a mile, come in and do 100 pull-ups, then 200 push-ups, then 300 body squats, and then they run another mile with a 30-pound vest on.
Okay.
It is really popular within the CrossFit community. Obviously, I will not be doing it. It is a way to raise awareness for the Coolidge National Medal of Honor Heritage Center. It is a tradition after you do the Murph that you gather and you have food and just drink some beer. We will have roughly 100 people at the event. I am trying to play phone tag with Officer Pettigo to hire an off-duty CPD officer. We'll have 4 staff there. It will have a designated roped-off area on the waterfront where they're allowed to drink beer. They will not be allowed to take the beer outside the square. And while I've done many events back in my days with different nonprofits, so I and serving on the beer board for 6 years, I kind of understand the ins and outs of what we need to do. But it is on the waterfront, so I kind of understand the importance of making sure that beer is kept in an area, and you don't walk outside that area, or you don't let kids in there. We will be checking IDs. We'll be using a wristband process so we know who's been checked and who hasn't. The event takes 5 to 6 hours, but I don't think the drinking part maybe is going to last maybe 45 minutes. So with that, questions?
Are there any questions?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Vince, good to see you again.
How are you?
Is it primarily in-town people, or are there gonna be some out-of-town people involved?
In-town.
Okay, so strictly in town. Okay, great.
And I don't think, since if you know anybody that does CrossFit, very few of them probably drink it all of their
No.
in good shape. So like I said, it's kind of just a celebratory part of the event after doing the competition, which I'll be kind of curious to see what they look like when they're done.
Right, right.
Any other questions?
I make a motion, we approve the application.
We have a motion by Dan. Do we have a second?
I second if Vince is going to run that race.
Oh, no. I love Brooklyn.
I'll be working. I'm busy that day. Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
J.W. Cole?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Good seeing you,
So
Vince.
approved. Thank you, Vance.
He's working that day.
Next applicant representing SGVM Holdings LLC, doing business as Blackstone Grill. I think building still has it on. Better check with Wood.
The thing with the tenant, with the state was the annual report that had to be refiled.
What is your name, sir?
Steve Flynn, I'm sorry. Last February here.
So the issues I think that we're seeing on this one is building illegal. Mr. Wiley can explain the building issues, so
Okay.
we'll relay to him.
What is the deal with this one?
Do the sinking. They came out. Why do you want to do this way? What there is, there's the system that's been in that place for, I guess it's an internal energy.
Zachary Wiley, Land Development Office zoning. So I spoke with Brian Malone, the interim chief building inspector this morning. This permit is being held up for a grease trap by the plumbing inspector. Evidently, there's a little bit of miscommunication between the applicant and his team and the inspector. He seems to think that there's one there existing. The inspector does not see one that can be approved. So at this point, I've been asked to relay to the board to hold this for building.
So do we need to pass this one to the next meeting? Or,
This was already passed.
Well, that's all we can do.
I don't know the date. So do we have a motion?
June 6th.
June the 6th.
That, may I ask a question? Do you know when the building inspector is going out to look at this again, or when the applicant is going to have this issue, time frame wise?
So the building inspector commented to me in text message that the plumbing inspector had it on hold. So I would recommend, which I just did to the applicant, that he leave the meeting and call the plumbing inspector and get some clarity as to exactly what the expectation is, and then the amount of time that takes to get that done, which should be fairly quickly. And then it should be within a day or two that the plumbing inspector could come back out and do the inspection.
So the question is whether there is a
It really just
grease trap.
depends on when the work is done.
Right.
The code, and can be approved.
Right.
We have no control over that city-wise.
Right.
But from there forward, then it should only be 24, 48 hours before someone could get out and do another inspection.
And the question is, this might be for you, Steve, the question is, where is the grease trap? Is that the question? And so we can inspect it?
It's inside the building.
Okay,
It's the one that's been there for 20 years.
okay, all right.
So we need to make a motion to pass this to June the 6th. Is there any motion?
I make a motion that we move this to June the 6th agenda.
Okay, we have a motion by J.W. Cole. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by, Dan. Christie?
Yes.
Brooke? Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
J.W. Cole?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. So we're going to pass this to June the 6th. So you'll be on the agenda then. So we have new beer applications.
Representing GVR Hospitality LLC, doing business as Big Chicken. Jim Richards, Elizabeth Richards, Brian Vogus, Josephine Vogus, Andre Gardner, and Carolyn Gardner are making application to engage in the sale of consumer beer at 410 Broad Street. The six have not had a beer permit for this location in the past, but the Richards and the Voguses have a consumer beer permit for Fiamma Pizza located at 405 North Market Street. The location is owned by All Books Properties of Signal Mountain, Tennessee, and is zoned DSH4.
And they do have no requirements.
Okay. Can you state your name?
Andrew Gardner.
Andrew Gardner. Can you give us some information about your business?
Yeah, so Big Chicken, Broad Street, we've been open for approximately 5 weeks now. We are a restaurant, we're going to be a restaurant that also serves beer if people would like it. We serve fried chicken and other kind of southern favorites. They're on Broad Street at close to the intersection of 4th Street.
Are there any questions for Mr. Gardner?
Hey, Andrew, Madam Chair, if I may. Andrew, are you all doing alcohol as well? I just came about a week or two ago, and I saw the bar. You all gonna do alcohol as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are your servers, have they been through the training or are going to go through the training?
They're going to go through the training.
Okay, so you're
Some
gonna
of them already have a permit.
that permit?
Yes.
All right.
Have their TABC card. Right, yeah, okay, all right.
And what is that process or what is that system for IDing to make sure that you get the right people?
So, full disclaimer, y'all are getting the poor man's version of operations today. I'm the finance guy. Like in Fiamma, I think we ID everyone. So does that answer your question, or?
Yeah, that covers it all holistically. All right.
Okay. Are there any other questions? Are there any motions?
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by J.W. Cole, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Reginald. Christie? Brooke?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
J.W.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Thank you for doing business with Chattanooga.
Ms. Catherine, would he have to still see,
Calandra?
yeah, Calandra?
If he has his TABC.
And not with TABC.
Gotcha.
Oh, that would be a good contact person. Huh?
Yeah, gotcha. All right.
Next applicant representing Acapulco Bar, Inc., doing business as Cheers and Beer at Rossville. Maria Thomas is making application to engage in the sale of consumer beer at 2925 and a half Rossville Boulevard. Ms. Thomas has not had a beer permit for this location, but it has a consumer beer permit next door. The location is owned by Kim Morgan and is zoned M1.
They've met all requirements.
Hello, Ms. Thomas. Can you give us some information about your business?
Pull the mic down to the keyboard.
I'm gonna continue with the same business that it was there before. It used to be a bar. So I'm just gonna sell beer, and also I have a food truck. My sister and I have a food truck. So we're gonna sell food, quesadillas. We're gonna introduce the burgers, guacamole, and that's it. For that business, we're gonna operate during day hours.
Okay. Are there any questions?
I have a question. Ms. Burke, you said next door there was a place when you,
Acapulco Bar.
okay, so this is associated with it, or?
It's this, my bar, it's Acapulco Bar, and there's another building beside. It's the same address, but it used to be a bar. Both of them are bars.
Correct, so if I may.
So the,
Expanding
okay,
it.
I was gonna say, so it's a lot. You've got Acapulco Bar in its own building, and this is a building just almost kind of beside and behind Acapulco.
Yeah.
It's a smaller building.
so this is a previously bar, so there would have been a license, or was there a license
It should have been,
associated?
and I'm trying to remember the name of the bar off the top of my head. Stumble Inn, yes.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yep.
Stumble Inn.
It was the Stumble Inn.
Stumble in.
And did they have a license or to return, or with them taking occupancy of this building?
Is it two separate buildings or is it just one?
It is two separate buildings.
It's,
Okay.
I'm looking at the map right now, is it the little building that's around to the back, the little
Yes.
white building right there? Okay, got it.
Miss Maria, you mentioned a food truck there? Is that your food truck or is that gonna be?
My sisters and my food truck, yeah.
Okay, and they'll just be serving food, not beer as well?
No beer.
No
The
beer.
food can be outside, yes.
Okay.
Because the places don't have a kitchen inside, so we.
But it's separate from the
Separate,
bar?
yes.
Okay, all right, I just wanna make sure.
So, Madam Chairman,
Go ahead.
just for clarity's sake, you want to respond to? Okay. You got Acapulco, that's the building, that's yours, that's one. And then behind, as I heard, that's where they're gonna come drink beer.
No, it's a
Different building.
different building, yes.
Cheer and beer is a different building. So, and then there's a food truck. Inside cheer and beer is, what are you gonna be doing just inside that building?
Selling beer,
Just beer, is it music, it's alcohol,
yes.
all of that? All right. What's your security process? What's your process of, making sure that everybody is ID'd?
Well, we're gonna card the ID as we, do, like, all the time, check the IDs, on everybody. That's all we do, like, I mean, it's gonna be like during day hours, so we have to, like, make sure everybody, gets the ID and
Okay. So there's no system, but you're just looking at the ID?
no system.
Okay. All right. And what's your hours? Because you keep saying daytime hours.
It's gonna be from 12 or 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay. All right. All right. No security on
No
that.
security during the day. No security.
11.
Are there any other questions?
I've got a question.
Who is that?
I mean, when the health department came out, what did they inspect?
They check, the refrigerator, they check the inside the bar, if I have the quick compartment sink. They asked me to buy, sanitizers and asked me to check the water.
Are there any other questions?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I just want clarity. Do, Miss Maria Thomas own or operate, I'm finna mess up the whole word, Acapulco?
Acapulco.
Do you own and operate Acapulco as well?
Yes, but I open during weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Gotcha. Thank you for bringing that up. That was gonna bother. So Acapulco is only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Cheers and beer will be open
Every day.
every day, even on Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Yes, but during the day hours.
during the day hours. Gotcha. All right, thank you. I got the picture now. Gotcha. I was trying to put the two together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, trying to. Gotcha.
Are there any other questions?
I make a motion, we approve the application.
Motion to approve
I
by
second.
Dan, second by Reginald, JW Co. Christie? Yes. Brooke?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
JW Co.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Maria.
Now, we need to go back to,
There are no record violation. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back to Rabbit Valley. She's still not here.
that's it. Well, can he represent them?
He's still in Georgia.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I can speak on her behalf, but our event is this Saturday, so.
Yeah, I would,
What
yeah.
was your name again? I'm so sorry.
Robert Davis.
That's, okay, thank you.
What is your role with the event, Mr. Davis?
So I'm with Shop the Market at LLC. We host art and craft markets across the city. Been doing that 3 years. So she just comes and provides alcohol for the event through Rabbit Valley Farmers Market.
But it's your event.
It's my event, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, we work together. We have been for several years, so, yeah.
okay.
Do you know how she's going to be serving and can answer questions about?
Yeah. Our officer there is Dakota Williams, and he'll be there all day long. I believe he starts at 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. And we wristband and ID everybody that comes through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions?
I make a motion, we approve the application.
Motion to approve by Dan,
Second?
second by Reginald. Christie? Brooke? Yes. Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Approved, I'm sorry, Deborah votes yes, so approved, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So we have no record violations, no record applications, no beer violations.
Good.
Are there any discussions that we need to talk about? Do you- Any public comments?
Could be a new record.
Do we have any motions for us to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
A motion for adjournment from J.W. Cole.
Second? All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No, done.